we, on Healthy is the New Skinny, we like to show pictures that we show non-Photoshop pictures. We do Photoshop some pictures. But when we don't, we get a lot of mean comments from girls. And you've made a face, so I want to know about this. So we say we want to see it, and then when we show it, maybe that's, again, our insecurities, because we now have an expectation for other girls to look a certain way, and we tear them down immediately when we don't show them as perfect. So let's talk a little bit about that.
I think it's because we do have this just idea of what is beautiful, and then we say like, oh, well, we want to see normal, but then, like you said, when we see it, we don't like it, and I think it's because we're just so used to like models equal like a certain thing, and then when you see something that doesn't go with that or match it, then it just, we don't know how to react. It's very confusing to us, so we just immediately start attacking it because we don't want to accept it.
We're confused because we expect this and we're used to seeing it, and then when we do see something without Photoshop, we're like, wait, like this isn't, and it's just really confusing because it's
And beyond Photoshop, just even in high schools, middle schools, college, even past that, just the girls it's so easier to tear other people down because we have so many insecurities, and we see other women being teared down in the media and by other people, so then we are like, oh, that's completely acceptable. And I think all of us are so immune to Photoshop that when you're looking in a magazine, I look at them and I don't realize that these are Photoshopped because I'm just like, well, this is typical, right? And then afterwards I'm like, no, it's not.
There's no way for you to know, and I can tell you because I do it for a living, if you're good at Photoshop, that you can't tell what's been done, and that's part of the problem, is even if you Photoshop your own picture, which I've done many times, then you back click to the unphotoshopped part, you're like, oh my god, you're like, holy crap, okay, I'm never doing that again.
I wanted to ask you if, not particularly do you Photoshop your Instagram and your social media sites, but what effect does that have nowadays? Because I think that we're all expected to be so flawless that it's getting to that point where you don't want to put something out unless it's the best version of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Instagram's kind of taking over the world nowadays. So it's just funny because, like, especially, like, I don't know, everyone has an iPhone now or some kind of a smartphone with a camera on it, and they're uploading, broadcasting themselves. And so, like, at night, like, you know, like, if you have an iPhone and you take a picture with a flash, it'll totally, like, wash out any imperfections on your face and you'll look good. And then you take that and you go into one of your photo editing apps, and then you take that to another one, and then you go back to Instagram and then you put Walden on it because Walden's the best filter. And then you upload it. And it's like this iPhone or like a mobile picture that you just took has gone through, what, like 5 steps just to get to Instagram so people can like it. Then you get that, like, validation that, like, oh, yeah, she's pretty, good picture. Yeah. Or just, like, it's just so silly. Like, girls are just so, like, I mean, generally speaking, they're evil. And, like, I feel like if we didn't hate each other, we could totally take over the world. And it's sad.
So what do you guys think we would be capable of doing if we shut that off and we saw each other as friends and allies, and instead of tearing each other down, you know they feel exactly how you feel? What do you think that could do for just girls in general, like this next generation?
I think especially like if we were to have kids or whatever, it would really help to, like, if you are setting that example for someone at a young age, then they could see that and then keep doing that, and then it will just really help us to, like, just make changes and go further and just, I don't know, do really good things for the world, because women, like, it's just been said that, like, even in, like, politics, we've made, like, the best policies, and it's because we know, like, we have a different perspective from men.
Yeah, we think very differently.
So I think it would be nice to have us be in the conversation, and if we weren't attacking each other, we could actually, like, fight the real problem.